Performance today. Oh, yeah.
You've got to give credit.
Yeah, yeah.
So welcome to the Totally Wicked Stadium for this afternoon's Under-18s Academy Grand Final. It's St Helens versus the Rhinos. Who will take the Academy Championship crown in 2022? My name's Dan Hawkhead, and that rapturous applause has just been St Helens coming back onto the field as kickoff has been delayed by 15 minutes. So kickoff has been delayed until 2:45. So stick around, there is going to be a live commentary from myself coming up for the full 80 minutes. Not to be missed. We'll be back in 5. So welcome back to the Totally Wicked Stadium. I think we're almost ready for kickoff this time. Like I say, a big game coming up here at the Totally Wicked Stadium. It's St Helens Under-18s against Leeds Rhinos Under-18s for the 2022 Academy Championship. It's been a long season for both Chev Walker and the Saints side too. There's a chance for silverware. Will it be blue and amber? Will it be red and white? We will find out. My name's Dan Hawkhead. Alongside me for this one, we've got Rhinos reserves player, came all the way through the academy as well. We've got Luca Atkinson. Luca, what a game we've got on our hands.
It is, mate. It should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's been a long year working towards this game, so we'll see how they go. But yeah, I'm confident in the boys.
And out come the teams. The Pyrotechnics Flair. Leeds led by Jack Sinfield. St Helens led by Callan Devine. And it's really got us in the mood, this, Luca. The flames going, the crowd's in good numbers. We had to delay kickoff because of the amount of people waiting to come in to the Stadium Bowl. And you can tell this is final time. St Helens will be kicking off towards the left. Leeds Rhinos attacking the right side, usually the away end here at the Totally Wicked Stadium. And away we go. It's Will Roberts kicking off down towards Riley Lum. And it'll be Leeds that take the first carry through Jake Higgins. Running you quickly through the teams. For Leeds at fullback, number 1, Alfie Edgell. On the wings, number 2, Riley Lum. And number 5, Kyden Freighter. In the centres, Jack Smith and Will Gatiss. The halfbacks, Jack Sinfield and Kai Morgan. Then into the forward packs. At prop, we've got Jake Higgins, the hooker, Bailey Aldridge, and the other prop, Freddie Brennan-Jones. The second rowers, Ben Littlewood, Ashton Robinson, and at loose forward is Will Shaw. As Leeds go down the right side. Trying to open Saints up nice and early on the bench for Leeds. Shane Toohey, Harrison Gilmore, Zach McSwinney, and Elliot Whitaker. For St Helens, at fullback is Ben Lane. On the wing, Ben Will and Keane Guilford. The centres are Jonathan Vaughan and Dayan Sambu. As Sinfield sends a spiral bomb down the way of Lane, which allows it to bounce. Eventually picked up 10 metres or so from his own try line and is pounced upon by a few Leeds defenders. So continuing with the Saints lineup, at halfback is Ellis Archer and Will Roberts. The props are George Delaney and Callan Devane. And the hooker is Elliot Peposhi. In the back row, Mackenzie Buckley and Alfie Pike. And the loose forward is Niall Dean. And that's Dean who's got a nice little drive in to get Saints towards the 30. Now progressing through to the 40 with Delaney. And on the bench for Saints, of course, Kieran Nolan, Harvey Bradish, Noah Stevens and Nathan Bannerman. So it's the best of the best, Luca. The cream of the crop, you'd say.
It is, mate. It is. As I said, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully the boys can come through and do what they've done all year.
It's been a tough week training, but one that I think the boys have really relished.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the biggest thing about an occasion like this, you've just got to enjoy every moment of it, and yeah, like I say, it all comes down to the game now. So we'll see how they do.
So it's Leeds with the ball, going towards the 40 with Gatiss. Player that's been so talented this year, Will Gatiss at centre. Wearing the grey scrum hat, now it's Ashton Robinson. Up towards halfway. Shaw onto Higgins. Now Leeds making some nice ground downfield. Looking good so far for the Chev Walker's side. Now it's a nice bit of pace from Edgell onto Gatiss. Trying to open up that left-hand side. It's cut down on the last. But nice finding the space on the edges early.
Yeah, definitely. I think they'll be happy with the start. I think from the first set they put the right foot forward and they've earned the right to be down this end of the field early on.
So Leeds without their current top scorer Neil Chimambe through concussion, but Gatiss will be one player that will look to fill in. But St Helens continuing forward. and earn a penalty. Leeds caught offside. It was Roberts diving off dummy half and catching Leeds up, and not the best time to be giving away a penalty when Saints are attacking the way they are.
No, frustrating one. As I mentioned before, I think they're starting really well, and they're in the right areas of the field. But just give Saints a bit of a chance to get out of there quite cheaply, and hopefully they can defend up here and get back down there.
Big defence required. We've seen them go through the motions pre-game. We know they're rattled up and definitely ready for it, our young Rhinos. St Helens. Going forward nicely through Buckley. It's 10 metres away. Morgan making the tackle. Come this left-hand side. Archer. Oh, and the pass just breaks down. It looked to be a short side play in Lane. And Archer matching up, trying to open up the space for Vaughan. And Leeds get lucky, batting the ball down. He's going to be a Leeds ball, sorry, so it was a knock-on. Both sides really getting into it nice and early. That's probably a good thing from both coaches' perspectives.
Yeah, it is probably a bit of confidence. I think one of the biggest things about a game like this, you don't want to go too far away from what you normally do, and not let the occasion change what you've been good at. And I think both teams are looking to do that early.
There's Smith from the scrum for Leeds. Arcs out towards the left. Looking to build on positive side. Well, they played 5 minutes, but nevertheless. Brennan Jones, one of the players that joined Leeds a little later from Castleford, along with Will Shaw, who's at loose forward today. Freddie, of course, at prop. Now Edgell puts down the speed and the footwork. Darting out towards the 40. Tackled by two in red and white. And that's a clever penalty, or a clever set restart, should I say, from Aldridge, just spotting the markers where it's square. Leeds back to one. Brennan Jones. Over the 40. Archer and Kaposhi in the tackle. And the big Leeds forward. As Morgan shapes onto Smith, who has to come back in field. He's near the sideline, but knows where he needs to go. Morgan. Brennan Jones again. Big carries already for the prop. Nice work as a prop yourself, Luca. Want to get those carries in early.
Yeah, I think it's key just to get into the swing of things and get straight into the game. And
it was Gatiss. Tries to go over himself. He's close. Inches away. Freighter on for Sinfield. Will he go with the boot? Yes, he does. Dabbles it into the back. It's well taken by Lane, who then manages to get out. You'd have liked maybe the Leeds defence to have rushed up.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe not to get a repeat set, but they're on the right end of the field, so hopefully front loading D and keep them here.
They're making good yardage, and Dayton Sambu cuts himself over the 30. Tries to earn a set restart, but the referee puts the arm up in the air and says, we're playing on. Now Devine. Kaposhi waiting at hooker. Gives it on to the number 7, Will Roberts. Drops it back for Delaney. Saints over halfway. So Archer kicking for Edgell, who backtracks. It's on this left-hand side. It's near side to where our commentary position is in the press area here at the Totally Wicked Stadium. So still 0-0 after 8 minutes. Both sides lively as they are. Do let us know where you're listening from today. Third grand final for our Rhino sides inside 7 days. The women coming out on top on this ground last Sunday. First team so unlucky yesterday in the grand final. But the Rhinos looking to add a third. If the Under-18s can add today's grand final title, it'll be the third league title of the season after the PDRL also picked up their grand final win earlier in the month. There's a nice kick from Sinfield, goes over the sidelines, and Lane lets it go. Bit of finals football there, just going nice and clever from Jack.
Yeah, well, mate, I'm positive with the start of the man, and I think they will be too. I think it's been a mature, clever start to the game, and I'm happy with how we start to shape up.
Pins St Helens back near their own goal line. force them to come far up the field if they want to be within a scoring opportunity. We've got big carriers in the outside backs like Vaughan and Sambu. Definitely players to listen out for. Devine puts it under his wing and powers it into the challenge of Jake Higgins and Brennan Jones. Now, Poposhi out of dummy half. Over towards halfway. Archer shapes inside for Niall Dean. Backs himself. Can I get the ball free? The arms do come out, but Leeds get lucky that he can't get the ball away. On the last, with Roberts. Nice chip over the top. Frater just waits. Lets it go there for Edgell. Looks a little bit more confident under the ball there, Alfie, than Kaiden did.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's being the more senior player. You know, he's been massive for us this year, and then again he just steps up and performs under pressure.
So one of the players had a strong season. Alfie Edgell, 7 appearances, 4 tries, but that's only in the under-18s. As Leeds now also get a penalty for offside, or say it's been caught offside. Sinfield, of course, electing to go for the kick to the sidelines. It comes near enough to us. So Leeds will start the new set on the halfway with Smith. A strong drive as well for the centre, who's had a great first season in the 18s.
Yeah, he's done all right, mate. He's done well. He's
full of confidence, isn't he?
He is just a bit, he's not too bad. He's all right once he gets going.
Natural try scorer as well, 8 tries to his name this year as Sinfield. Dummies and just goes to the line. Taken down by 3 players eventually. This is looking good now for Leeds. Still 0-0 after 10 minutes. Shaw wrapped up by the onrushing St Helens defence. Aldridge at dummy half. And for Sinfield connects nicely with Kai Morgan. Bit of space opening up, but Smith with the delayed pass. Riley Lum just overran it and it sails over the sideline. Big chance.
Frustrating one, mate. Frustrating one. I think it were on. But, you know, that's a positive in it. You know, them opportunities are coming and we are seeing them. Just a little bit of execution, but, you know, he's worked hard, Jack Smith, on them moments like that, and I'm sure that if he sticks long enough, stuff like that will start to stick and get to reap the rewards.
It's good that he's trying those early on, though, that he noticed the space was there for Riley, who's got a bit of space, a bit of pace himself, excuse me.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as I mentioned before, it's easy to kind of maybe go into your shell a little bit in a situation like this at such an occasion, but you know he's got stuff like that in his locker, and he's not afraid to try it no matter the stage.
So it's the form book, of course, with St Helens at the moment as an error from Buckley, losing the ball in the tackle of Higgins and Morgan, who raised both his hands in the air. That trademark ginger mullet as well, unmissable on the field. Leeds is number 7. One of those big moments, you'd say. Of course, St Helens coming into this game with having beaten Leeds this season. 42-24 winners on this ground back in June. They also pipped Chev Walker's side to the top of the league as well on that final day madness. And then Leeds beat Warrington. Saints' win over Wigan, I believe. And the Saints finished top of the league before both sides entered the semi-finals. Of course, Leeds beating Warrington again. 23-12 that time. Saints beating Hull FC on this ground, who had a spirited season. The Black and Whites. Saints looking to go for their second grand final title in as many days as Edgell finds a pass for Smith. Jack Smith for the line. Jack Smith opens to scoring. Nice play. Morgan finds Edgell. And it was a nice angle from the centre to cut inside, beat the tackle of Sambu and Ben Lane to go over. Good try, Luca.
Yeah, great, mate. I think his feet, as soon as he caught the ball, I think he created that space. I think he had a 2-on-2 and not too much going for himself, and he's just made that have a little bit of room. And he's done everything for himself. Right, it's a great try and a great start for him.
Made that mistake. He made a little bit earlier. Not that we're bringing it up too often, but it'll sweeten that a little bit more, you'd think, as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I say, I'm sure it won't faze him too much anyway. But yeah, to get another try, another belt, give the boys a bit of a reward for the work they've put in over this first 10 or 15 minutes.
So, the scores: Leeds Rhinos 4, St Helens 0. Kick to come from Jackson Field. He has eyes up the posts, just to the right, ever so slightly. And the halfback takes no second looks to split the uprights and make the score. Leeds Rhinos 6, St Helens 0. The perfect start, you'd say, as well, Luca.
Yeah, definitely. They'll all be very happy and probably confident going into this. I mean, like I mentioned before, it took a bit of a loss to Saints earlier on in the year, but I think it's a completely different side to what we had then. I think the start probably gives that bit of confidence and what we can do during this 80 minutes.
If you're just joining us, thank you very much for tuning in. This is live commentary of the 2022 Under-18s Academy Grand Final. It's currently Leeds Rhinos with the early 6-0 lead. Jack Smith just going over and Jack Sinfield converting. It's now Leeds again with Gators going down the right side. It's nice from the centre, who's also looked lively. The outside back's going to be crucial in this game, especially for Leeds and the damage they can do, especially having Kaiden coming in for Neil as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kaiden, like I mentioned before, Neil being the top try scorer, it's always going to be a blow. Mixing a play like that, but with Kaiden, he's such a great player that'll just slot straight in, and although he's not done too much yet in this game, I'm sure we'll see him at some point doing what he does best.
So Sinfield goes to the air after a short half break from Aldridge that made the spectators gasp. So St Helens coming away from their own try line, 20 metres away, with Guildford running straight into the challenge. 3, including Aldridge and Brandon Jones, and the Saints fans just trying to get on top of the referee and Leeds here. As Pike tries to squeeze past Sinfield and Ashton Robinson, who's played a bit all over. Ashton, he's a prop forward or a loose forward. He's in the back row today, second row, excuse me. So
he is, mate. He's versatile and he's a great lad that's probably willing to give 100% no matter where he is.
Those Saints with an opportunity with Sambu. The play left down in the backfield. The referee will bring this one back. It's a dangerous break from the centre. Morgan just dragged him down eventually, but Saints with the player down. Unsure of who it is at the moment. Can't quite see a number. Just continuing that about Ashton as well. He spoke this week. There's a great interview on the Rhinos YouTube channel. So after this game, do head over and go listen. It's what Ashton had to say in the pre-build up to this game about how coming into the team as not a player that did pre-season and came in sort of midway through the year as a couple of these guys did, and still how he managed to slot in and has found his feet under Chev Walker.
Yeah, definitely. And then as much as he has missed that foundation at the start of the year and then few bits that we did before he got there, his effort's been as high as anyone's, and that's all you can ask for. And that's probably what's put him in the starting squad that is in today.
Saints as earning a penalty, should I say, off the back of that stoppage for the late hit. And now they're just 5 metres or so for the try line. They go for the line. The ball comes out. And there's pats on the backs all round. Leeds get very lucky there, Luca. That looked a certain try from, I believe it was Elliot Peposhi.
I don't know about lucky, though. I think
put his head down and went for the line. It looked as though he was going to get himself over.
Yeah, no, but I think they've... you make your own luck, don't you, Dan? You make your own luck, and I think I couldn't quite see who it was, but someone's caught with a big play and dislodged the ball and stopped to try.
It's a game of big plays as well, of course. It's as all major finals are.
Of course.
So score remains St Helens under-18s 0, Leeds Rhinos under-18s 6. Just closing in on 18 minutes played as Zach McSwinney enters the action for Leeds. Bailey Aldridge has gone off on the backfield, so change at hooker for Leeds. Wilshaw slotted in there and Zach moving to loose forward. It's great having so many versatile players in the squad like you've picked up on Luca already.
Yeah, similar both with Zach and Will and Ashton too. You know, that there are a number of players that can move about and can play a range of positions, and it just gives that bit of a different approach and such a wide range of changes that can be made.
Leeds coming forward with one of those players in Brennan Jones. Shaw directing from dummy half for Sinfield, who has plenty of time to get that kick away. Angles it down towards Lane. He's by his own try line, and the fullback just shows a bit of burst of pace. But there's a big wall of blue and yellow waiting to just swallow him up. The Saints now also making the change. Niall Dean coming off for Kieran Nolan. So St Helens looking to counteract that early Jack Smith try for Leeds. As Poposhi drives over towards the 30. St Helens making some nice meters on their sets now. As Roberts angles it for Lane. Vaughan can't get away from Will Gatiss. Vaughan wearing a red scrum hat. Gatiss wearing a grey one. There's a little mix-up there before Archer gets the kick away as Lum comes across, takes it nicely there, Riley. We were talking about him in the semi-final, a win over Warrington, but another that's had such a great season.
Yeah, and as I said before, big play again. As much as it may just look like a catch, you know, he's risen up under pressure and then he stopped what probably was a try-scoring opportunity and put us on a good foot for us to start our set.
Sinfield twists and turns over the 30. Now Shaw, McSwinney with a nice, he's broken the tackle of one and gets himself over halfway. It's a nice run there. Leeds finding gaps in behind the markers. Sinfield, instead of kicking, goes for Morgan. Bit of space out wide for the number 7 to move. Now Smith, the try scorer, drops it on the boot. Lung chases and ends up catching Ben Lane and earns a dropout. Gets a round of applause from yourself, Luca, and well-deserved, of course. Nice follow-up, but a nice play overall.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, we started the set off with that big play from Riley Lum, and we've gone 100 metres and then it repeats off the back of it. And it's been an next to perfect start for me. I think we've been fantastic. It's, you know, not everything's gone our way, but we've hung in there and earned what we've got right now. And a bit of a shout to Jack Smith for another big play. He's had a great start. He's doing well.
It's nice to see that. It's a slightly unorthodox play, but you've got a play with the vision of Jack Sinfield as well as Kai Morgan, who's got a bit of pace behind him and can execute a play like that. And then Jack comes up with a nice little kick that maybe we didn't know he had in the locker.
Yeah, well, he tells me all the time that he's got it in the locker, but it's come off now, so he must do. But I think it's one of the great things about the style that we've been playing and the players we've got. It just gives you that freedom to kind of to back yourself and try stuff like that.
And so when you see a nice play open up, Swift from Sinfield finds Edgell. Gatiss acting half on for Sinfield again. Higgins manages to beat the first tackle and fends him away, but can't beat the second. Leeds again going for the second try of the game. Smith scoring the opener. As it remains 6-0 to the Rhinos after 22. Littlewood with that drive. Now Morgan. On for Edgell. Dummies. Goes himself. Alfie Edgell for the line. Going for try number 2. That ball's down. That ball looked down to me. And the referee says so too. 22 minutes played. And a crucial second try here for Leeds. Nice again. Edgell just showing that burst of pace. We saw it when he went the length of the field in the semi-final. And that's a nice play again.
Massive play.
Nice link-up play.
He's a terrific player. He's had an outstanding year. But yeah, I think that try, as much as it was just almost a solo try for Alfie Edgell, I think it's the build up to that and part that everyone else in the team has played in the sets leading up to that.
Alfie's 5th of the season. And into, like I say, that length of the field effort against Warrington. Field a little bit more angular on this one compared to his last kick, but as a right-footed kicker, he should be on his favoured side. Swings it off and it hits the upright. That's so close. I don't think I've ever seen anyone hit the top of an upright before. That was remarkable. That's probably better. It's remarkable that he hit that then.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't then ricochet through. So score does remain 10-0 to Leeds. What the Saints need to do here, Luca? We've played, like I said, 24 minutes according to my unofficial game clock. You're 10 points down. The game's definitely not gone, but what do they need to start doing to get themselves back in this?
Probably just trust themselves and trust that if they hang there long enough, they'll get the outcome that they want. But equally, I think they haven't put too much of a foot wrong in the whole game. I just think we've been very good and haven't given them much of a chance to do too much of what they've been good at all year.
So the record this year, the same as Leeds' 13 played, 2 lost each as Sinfield goes for the high bomb towards Ben Will, who was well under pressure. McSweeney straight up and hits him nice and early. But you've got to draw on that confidence that you've had coming throughout the season. Bear in mind that, like I say, they have only lost 2 games.
Yeah, and I think this, as I said before, this first 25 minutes, they just back them up. And just give them that confidence to just remind them that of what they're capable of and how we can do a job on them in this game.
It's Roberts. Puts it onto the charging George Delaney. He's had a great year, the prop forward, very highly rated here at St Helens. That kick, nicely taken again by Lum. Just up in the air, beats both the Saints players to the ball and starts to set 20 metres out for the Rhinos. Smith following up, having scored a try and created a try for himself. He'll be, at the moment, on cloud 9. Let's see by full time, of course. As Freighter coming in for the injured Chimambe, who's sadly out with a concussion. Our best to Neil, as well as Jack Johnson as well. But 2 players that have been so influential on the, not just in games, but on the team this whole year. They've been absolutely exemplary, and obviously it's a shame for them to miss this one.
Yeah, it's a tough one, mate. It's always been frustrating missing a game, especially this game on such a big occasion. But it's just a credit to the squad we've got that we can put in players and not have to change our system too much.
Carden, of course, in his position, good enough. As his record itself speaks for itself. Two great tries, one of which, of course, came in that memorable win over Castleford back at Stanley. Yeah, it's definitely a player that knows the big occasion and what it means to score big tries in terms of this season. But St Helens coming forward again over halfway with Bannerman fresh off the bench. Leeds getting Harrison Gilmore ready himself. We're in 15. There's Lane. Poshi. Brought down 30 metres out. Leeds' defence stood strong so far, but Stevens rallies to get himself over the 20 for St Helens. Now a nice quick play of the ball as well, allows the Saints to keep rolling. And it's Archer. It goes within 5. St Helens pressing. Kieran Nolan with a poor pass from dummy half. Stevens though shrugs off the tackle. He's going for the posts. Leeds hold him up. Referee calls a stop clock as we have a player down. Almost it looked like he was going to come off there, but prop forward picked that ball up off his heels pretty well to then push for the post. It's tough to stop a player like that.
Yeah, but desperation on the goal line and how hard they're willing to work for each other, and they've come up with a play and got numbers behind and secured the ball and stopped the try.
He's a Saints player that's just getting checked, but thumb goes up quite quickly from the medical team. That was Poposhi. So St Helens in their traditional predominantly white shirt with the red V. With Archer. Nice with Lane. Nice quick pass for Sambu. Moves the ball nicely, and it's a try. Kane Guildford taking a great pass from Dayan Sambu. Knows where his sideline is, steps inside. Lum comes across, shrugs him away. And a needed response for the home side, Luca.
Yeah, frustrating one for us, but I'm sure Saints will be very happy. I don't think I wouldn't be too disheartened by it. I think we've defended well and we've done a lot very well. A couple of penalties back to back, which might just cost us then and give them the field position that's give them the score. But I wouldn't say it's too much of a worry for us.
So for Saints, it'll be Will Roberts that converts, and he does. The siren not putting off the half-back. Cut those posts in half. It was a difficult kick. But he got it through, so takes the score here to St Helens, Under-18s 6, Leeds Rhinos, Under-18s 10. Just felt a bit of a swing in this game, Luca, at the moment. It's the Red V have had a nice spell of possession and they're coming back nicely.
Yeah, for Leeds, I just need to get back in there, defend well for this set, get back into it, get the ball back, and get back to what we've been good at this game.
So by bringing the likes of McSwinney on, but Harrison Gilmore out there too, not even talked about Shane Tui or Elliot Whittaker that are also on Leeds' bench and at Walker's disposal, but Saints are definitely buoyed by that try. They're coming over halfway. Nolan. Off of Poposhi, who's moved into that loose forward role, having started at hooker. It's just allowing the 13 to have a bit more freedom and a little more chance to run about. Nice kick under pressure for Lum, who manages to get away from the first tackle and cuts back out infield over the 20. He's safe as houses, isn't he?
Yeah, massively. And as I said before, I'll get through that set and put with a big play on the end of it and hopefully get down this end of the field.
So we've got Sambu and Guildford running at you. They're both serial try scorers for the Red V this year. So they're always dangerous. So Leeds earning a penalty there. St Helens caught offside. So Sinfield, of course, as expected, kicking over the sideline. As Littlewood with the first carry. Fresh set of 6. Try before half-time would do very nicely, I think, for the young Rhinos here. As Smith try himself. Got the scoring underway. Leeds holding their 4-point advantage. Brennan Jones for Gilmore. Done a really good stint, Brennan Jones. He's not shown any signs of fatigue. Robinson with a nice drive, fend away from the challenge. Ends up turning down over the 5. Shaw at dummy half. Sinfield fires it for Gators. Gators has got to be careful with the sideline. St Helens are pushing him that way. And he is pushed over. The flag goes up. And they're bringing it back possibly to say tackle was complete. No. The Saints are just unlucky there. You could see the idea. It was trying to open up that space. But Saints' cover defence came across really well.
Yeah, frustrating one, but it's not the end of the world to chance around there and unfortunately get thrown at a touch. But when Saints carrying the ball off their own 10-metre line, it's not the end of the world.
It's all about that power dynamic. You know, the Saints have had their spell of possession near our try line, but like we saw earlier in the game, the more we can pin them towards their try line, it benefits us so much more.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I mean, although they spent time down around our try line, they were the desire that we showed and the work rate, you know, just to put a shift in for each other were massive, and they only come up with one score off the back of it.
There's Bannerman with an inspired run and gets a quick play of the ball as well for Roberts. Twists and turns his way out before getting hit by Ashton Robinson and Will Gators. Archer goes to the air again, high above the stands here in St Helens. And it's taken by the Saints, but they kick ahead for Freighter, who does really well to stay in the field of play. They're not saying I think they're saying he's behind the try line. I thought he was out there, Kaiden. Scavizzi looked like he promoted the ball over the goal line, but it's been a hit or something that's pushed him back.
Just swinging momentum, end-to-end stuff, and we'll see who's willing to stay in there long enough.
It's the kind of final that we expected, wasn't it? I mean, granted, Leeds going 10 points up. It's a great start, but actually, for it to be going end-to-end as it is, it just shows the young talent that's coming through, both and the attacking-wise, how good the talent is that's coming through.
Yeah, at this level, it's always gonna head that way. It's gonna sway up and down in terms of momentum, but just whoever's willing to work hard enough and stay in there long enough.
The Saints going for the line, and it's a try. Ben Lane benefiting from some slick passing from Archer and Roberts. The halfbacks connecting nicely. The spine doing its job. And Lane running at pace. Spots the gap, puts his head down. Goes for the line himself. And we're level. Would you have thought it? Earlier in the game, you might not have. Saints with a big try with half-time looming. Pretty much the same position that Roberts kicked from last time. Jake Higgins, I believe, looks to be coming onto the field for Leeds. Just waiting by the halfway line down in front of us, but Roberts just to our left-hand side. Over by the touchline. Takes a nice long run up, but this time as he curls it, it goes to the left. The score remains 10-all. Well, first half, this has been, Luke. It's been great it's been a great academy rugby.
It's been great, mate. I think we started really strong and Saints have come back and finished in the half strong. I think the next 5 minutes or so should be big in terms of the result of the game, especially just going into half time.
So Sinfield kicking downfield as Ben Will brings it back. Saints buoyed by their tries, and they're keeping on coming forward now with Bannerman.
Kai Morgan just ragdolling the big boys, I think.
He's not afraid to put himself in front of the bigger guys, is he? The halfback. He does what's required of him. The Saints. Bannerman again. Morgan in there too with Smith and Littlewood, but the Saints second rower does well to keep his feet, just forced back by the referee. Nolan, I was going to say plays it, but we're bringing it back again. Just wanting that ball played correctly. So Nolan for Paposhi. Moves towards the 20, so Saints on the last with Roberts. Kicking high for Freighter again. Vaughan tries to get up there, but Kyden does well. He's getting a bit more confident in the game, isn't he? The more that the game's wearing on Kyden.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's confident anyway. I just don't think they've seen too much ball his way, but I still trust the fact that at some point in the game you will see what he's capable of and his speed and explosiveness that he's so good at.
So he loves scoring a sneaky try as well, does the player wearing 5 for Leeds today. As Shaw for Sinfield. Dummies for Higgins, and then dummies himself to go up the line, and that is an instant penalty. Dangerous shot there as he just lifted the legs of Leeds' halfback. Just in the end, face plants the ground. Rightfully getting treatment instantly from the doctors and physios that are on the sideline. But hopefully this isn't Jackson Field's game, and hope it wouldn't be.
No, I mean, hopefully he'll be all right. He cops a fair bit of stick, to be honest. And I think it's probably confident of the player that he is. But yeah, hopefully he can carry on. Should be all right.
He's quickly back to his feet. We'll see what the referee calls here. So the incident going on report. So no cards shown. Still 13 versus 13. A single head-high tackle, but I'm not quite sure it was a head-high tackle that was dangerous. I think it was a dangerous lift more than it was a head tackle. So Leeds with a great opportunity with minutes left in the half. What a first half it's been. It's swung. Like Lucas touched on already, Leeds and most of the early possession. Saints have just worked their way back into it nicely. And it's set up an enticing second period as Gators delayed pass for Freighter just doesn't come off. And although Brennan Jones does pick up.
Played for the repeat set, I think. Smart from Will Gators.
It's Swinney, excuse me, that bounced on the ball. Playing a bit of 3D chess, Gators, maybe?
Something like that, mate. I think he's just a few steps ahead of all of us.
As Higgins backs himself towards the post. Leeds knocking on the door. Shaw for Morgan. It's his right side. Edgell, same play again. He goes over. Alfie Edgell. Almost exactly the same as his try earlier on. Gets himself through, gets the ball down. A much needed try before half time. The Flames go off. We're back ahead, Luca.
It was terrific, mate. Terrific. Alfie Edgell again, massive play. Jack Smith dropping under it. Just left that element of doubt within the defender. But yeah, no, it's a great try straight out of the Wharton playbook.
So Sinfield from this range before hit the upright. way on. Leeds number 6. Steps up and puts the ball between the posts. Good first half. That does mark half time here at the Totally Wicked Stadium. And it's St Helens 10, Leeds Rhinos 16. The Rhinos taking a quick 10-0 lead through Jack Smith and Alfie Edgell. But St Helens fought back. Tries from Keane Guildford and Ben Lane. But Edgell on the stroke of half time managed to squeeze his way over. Big second half coming up, Luca. We cannot wait. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back in 5. So the team's back out at the Totally Wicked Stadium. Leeds going to be kicking the second half off. So obviously, of course, switched ends. So Leeds attacking the left side in their standard blue and amber kit. St Helens in there, predominantly white with the red V. The opposite direction. Luca, just sum up that half time for me. Where do you think the boys' heads will be at now?
I think they'll be pretty pleased. Definitely with the start of the game, and even more so with the late score just before half time. I think that as I said 5 minutes before, I think that's going to be massive in the way that this game goes. I think just a big start in this second half could go a long way.
So St Helens, having conceded a late try right at the end from off the edge of the first half, managed to get themselves back in the game, having gone 10-0 down early on. But inspired introduction from especially the player that's just got the ball there, Kieran Nolan, has definitely helped St Helens' attack flow a bit more. Seeing him move into hooker and then Paposhi into loose forward, it's been a good change for them.
Yeah, I think, as I said, similar to us. I think it's just changed their point of attack a little bit and just give that little bit of variation on what they've done for the first 40 minutes.
So on the last, Roberts goes to the air, puts Freighter under some pressure, and it does well, Kaiden, this time to not get pushed back over his own goal line. And been caught out just at the end of that first half, but the player has been full of confidence in this game. Now it's Edgell, 2 tries to his name. And an early nominee for possible man of the match. There's Morgan. Just can't keep hold of that ball, knocks it on. 20 metres to his own try line. So the Helens have a brilliant opportunity now to say, get a try now. We're locked up again. Would it be too far away from actually happening? The way this game has gone, it has been an absolute pendulum.
Yeah, it has been up and down, and I think probably say advantage St Helens right now in terms of field position, but they're chasing a score, and if they can get 1-0 in the second half, it could close things up pretty quick.
So Roberts spotted a gap, send it straightly onto Vaughan, who's running a nice line. We saw Jack Smith score a try from a similar type of run earlier in the game. Now Pike goes for the posts, but Robinson does well to get to him first. Nolan wets act in half. There's a big hole. Easy as you like for the red V. Archer holding the ball up nicely. And Bannerman gets over. St Helens come within 2. Kick to come. Not the way the boys were wanting to start the half, though.
No, it's really frustrating. And after the score, just hopefully it doesn't affect too much and they can just get in there, reset and get back to what they've been doing well so far. I think it's just a few players defending from the outside in there, and it just created the space on the edge and left Kai in no man's land.
I said it'd be the game of the season. It's truly been there at the moment. Both teams just haven't backed down from minute one. Granted, Leeds, like we said, went at 10 points up early on, but really, St Helens didn't show a lack of venom. It was just at least took their chances, but now should be back at 16 all. As that ball curls through the uprights from Roberts. Just makes this ever more interesting. So Sinfield with the quick kick-off again. 16 all. If you've just joined us, great to have your company. My name's Dan Hawkhead. Got Rhinos reserves player Luca Atkinson alongside me. giving you all the insight. And it's currently St Helens under-18s 16. Leeds Rhinos under-18s 16 in the 2022 Academy Grand Final. Nathan Bannerman, the most recent scorer for Saints at the start of the half. There's Nolan for Roberts. Lane finds a bit of space to weave into, but Gators does well. Rolls away at marker. Archer. Paposhi. Running nicely down the middle and gets a quick play for Nolan too. Roberts again just assesses his options before hoisting the ball into the air. Freighter shrugs off the challenge of Will, but ends up taking it to ground. Leeds. Penalty would be nice here.
Yeah, do it, but I think just the air carries that they are doing is all they can do within their control, and I trust that that'll get them out of here.
Shaw. Waits it dummy half. It's Higgins. Big carry from the prop wearing 8. Plays it for Shaw. Now Sinfield. Kicks back across his body. Ben Will under the ball. Catches it just over the 30-metre line. Darts back in field. The onrushing Higgins and McSwinney to drag him down. Now Harvey Bradish off the bench for St Helens. Leeds preparing a couple of subs of their own. Freddie Brennan-Jones and Elliot Whittaker limbering up just in front of us. It's Higgins with that tackle on Stevens. Saints moving the ball nicely. Again, it's a try scorer. Bannerman shakes off the tackle of Smith. Calls for some shouts from the fans just behind us, but nevertheless, Saints keep coming forward. They're underneath the post now. Nolan with Roberts. Drops it on the boot. Gates is there. Looks to be a knock on. Nothing much that the young centre can do under pressure from the kick. It'll be back-to-back sets for Red V in a dangerous position, Luca. The boys have to muscle up here.
Yeah, they do, but I think that's been one of the strongest points of what we've done this year. Has been that goal line defence and the desire and work rate that everyone shows to work for each other. So hopefully they can do that again now and keep Saints out.
Was it something the boys were working on this week, looking at the goal line defence?
Yeah, I think it's something worked on across the whole year. It's just one of the main principles of being a good team and winning big games like this. You're always going to be on your goal line, and if you can keep the team out, it'll go a real long way to get the result you want.
And it was something that came up so well against Warrington. It was one of the biggest factors to how we won that game. And they're doing a good job so far. It's Bradish for Vaughan. Fends away from Freighter. Gators gets him though. McSwinney also missing the tackle, but the centre court just meters away. Roberts on for Delaney, who powers up, tries to get the ball to the line. Held up by 3. Leeds are under the ball. And they'll be forced back 10 metres. Temperature has just dropped here in Merseyside, but nevertheless, Roberts on for Lane. Wide pass for Keane Guildford, looking to get his second, somehow gets the offload away. Bannerman chips over the top. It's Sinfield, I believe, with his hands on the ball, doing his best as he can to try and get away. But it's going to be another set restart, another dropout. Leeds under all sorts of pressure. St Helens really turning up the heat here.
Yeah, I bet they are, but we've backed up 2 full sets, a good day, and I think we can do a third.
Oh, Brennan Jones coming on the park for Ashton Robinson. Whittaker's just got to wait his turn. Done a big shift already as Freddie. St Helens goes for back-to-back tries. Nolan for Roberts. Quick pass. Lane goes to ground. Lund picks it up. And Leeds get lucky. the winger also being able to streak away too. Gets himself over the 30. Good return there from Riley. Gets us really out of danger.
Massive. And I know you said again, look, but we've got a bit of fortune after 14, 15 tackles on your goal line and some really hard work. And sometimes that look just comes if you're hanging there long enough.
It's paid off, hasn't it? The Whittaker now coming onto the field, of course. Higgins, the player, is his substitute. Nevertheless, McSwinney making meters on this set Leeds nicely. On the fourth with Shaw for Sinfield. Calmly gives it to Whittaker with a big drive. Just what you need to tee up Sinfield for the kick as we've reached the fifth tackle. Nevertheless, runs himself. He's not going to kick. On for Smith. Drops it on the boot. Pass is given forward though. Palm slapped down on the table from Atkinson. He knows how crucial it would have been if Leeds could have pinned Saints by their own goal line.
Yeah, I think after the last 5 minutes, it'd have been huge. Just to have them starting this up there, it just gives them a little bit of a leg up starting their set.
We talked about it in the first half, though. It's a nice place to turn over anyway, in being so close to their try line, but they'll make meters as we've seen in this game. They've not had a shortage of meters, have they, St Helens, when they've come forward?
No, I think equal with both teams. Probably what made it the end to a game, and probably what makes these teams both so good and so dominant in the league.
There's no reason why they're not finished, or why they didn't finish first and second. There's a lane. Nice offload again from was Kaposhi. Make a few more meters as well to go down the edge. There's Lane for Roberts on the last. Kicks flat. Freighter's going to have to really get up in the face of St Helens here. The ball comes back. Vaughan jumps on it.
Yes, Kyder.
And Kyder gets him over the sideline. He shouts that it maybe came off a Leeds hand, but referee says it's a Leeds ball. Good defensive effort there from Kyder when it was needed.
Yeah, great. I mean, I think obviously the kick wasn't the best, and it's probably quite easy. I think your job's done, but he's staying in there, swinging there. Him and Will Gates. I think, yeah, massive play.
Must be tough for them because they've not seen much of the attacking options. Yes, they've had the ball and made a lot of meters at opportunities, but most of the scoring chances have come down the right edge with Lumen and Smith. But to be still in the game like they are and still be switched on. Yeah,
I think that's just a testament to the players they are, and I think particularly for Will Gates, he probably don't get the what's the word?
The plaudits.
The plaudits, that's the one, Dan. The plaudits deserve. He's been massive for us this year, and it just seems to slip under the radar. I don't know why, but yeah, I think both him and Kyder in this game, the time will come, and yeah, it's been like the way this season.
So Kyder in his first year, plenty more development to do in his second year next year. Leeds 20 metres out nicely with Morgan on the last, goes himself, tries to get the ball away and does. Gilmore, can he roll over the line? So short. So close. Stoppage in play 2. Morgan will just get a bit of treatment. Interesting on the last, he decided to just, done like he's done all year, duck and dive for his way to the line, and good support play from Harrison too.
Yeah, I think we've seen it a few times this game already. It's been a theme across the year that they aren't afraid to maybe have that little bit of a gamble and throw the ball and run the ball on that last play instead of just a conventional kick. I think it's been great for us. Come up with a repeat set and a good finish to the end of the set this time round too.
Kai, comes back into the line. Gets a thumbs up from physio team. So St Helens right by their own goal line. Sambu makes some good meters, but he's still within 10 metres. Now they just get out with Delaney. Gets himself towards the 20. Big defensive set needed here from Leeds. Score remains 16 points apiece. Nothing to pick between Bannerman. The try to cancel out Alfie Edgel's late effort at the end of the first half. And the Saints substitute scoring the only try so far of this second period. Devine to the challenge of Brennan Jones and Gilmore. Shrugs off the number 10. Roberts will kick from deep. Over towards the right side. Nice bit of time for Edgel and Lum, nothing to worry about. And here's the fullback that gives it off to the winger who puts a bit of a bone rattler on one of the Saints defenders who was charging up. It's one of his traits, isn't it, Riley, that he is so strong and deceivingly strong as well.
Yeah, mate, he bats above his weight massively. And he's, just one of them probably get underestimated because of what you probably think he's going to run like, and then you see him carry the ball and seeing the damage that he causes, and his yardage plays is massive, and it has been.
Sinfield also kicking from deep. Now the defence is really coming into play. We've seen Roberts had to kick from deep. Now Sinfield has had to do the same. St Helens starting their new set about 35, just more towards the 40. And they earn a penalty. Leeds caught offside. Possibly a big moment in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's been set for quite a while now. And again, it's so close to tie. Could be big.
Closing in on the hour mark. Big 20 minutes coming up, don't go anywhere. There's Delaney. Twists and turns, finds his front, gets a quick play for Nolan. Roberts. It's movement across lane. And Sambu, excuse me. Tackle well by Lum. Now it's Bannerman off the edge. Nolan waits again. A dummy half. Lane moves it nicely. Roberts. Vaughan. Leeds' his rush defence is up. This goal line defence proving strong again. Roberts dabs the kick in. Good use of the foot from the Leeds man. It's Ben. I was going to say Ben Littlewood. It's not. It's Elliot Whittaker.
Yeah, big player, trap and scrap. You know, he's come up with it. But there's another one. You know, he's a big fella and he's got a bit of skill. He's got them little cute bits that he can do, whether it's with his feet or his hands.
One of a handful of players from Stanley Community Club. Him, Zach McSwinney, who's just come off the field, and Shane Toohey, who we've not seen in action yet. All from the local club. Now Robinson.
Yeah, you know,
formerly of Kippix himself.
I'm looking forward to seeing Shane. I think saving him until now, it could be pretty huge.
He's a pocket rocket, isn't he? When he can be. He can find a space.
He can do just about anything. So I think he's just a little bit some over the sleeve that could blow this game off.
There's Dane Sambu. Carries towards a 40. Score still 16 all. Lane leaves the ball behind him. It's given us a knock on. A bit of disbelief within the ranks of the players wearing red and white, but relieving on the other hand if you're in blue and amber.
Yeah, massive. You're never going to be happy if a call goes against you, but that's Shane. Shane enters the field as it looks like.
He's taken the top off. Sub-training vest. So, packing the scrum. Leads 40 metres from the try line. And Smith makes a nice 10 metres with that carry. It's something you can always guarantee when you've got Jack Smith carrying in an aggressive mood. He can carry towards the line nicely.
Yeah, when he fancies it, he's a big kid and he takes some stopping. And he's really found his feet pretty well, especially towards the back end of the year.
Sinfield. Brendan Jones. Safe carry from the proppers. As you'd expect, he just gets through the work, doesn't he? It's a Great capture from Castleford. As Tui darts, uses her footwork. You can just see he's just leaving St Helens players in his wake. Gilmore pops an offload away. Whitaker judged to have simultaneously picked up the ball by the referee. So play continues. Gators chopped down this time. Morgan for Sinfield. Goes for the drop goal, and it's through. Nice, clever gamesmanship there from Jack Sinfield. Edges, leads ahead. It's 17-16.
He's very smart. He's a smart, mature player, especially for his age. And you probably expect fails, but I think it's just massive to get that little nose in front, and then get back down the other end, and continue on from where you left off.
So at a time when I think every point is crucial. We've inside the last 20 minutes. He's done it in the last 2 games, Jack. Both games against Warrington, the final game of the regular season, and in the semi-final win over Warrington, confidently with the boot. Just plays a couple of mind games as well with this St Helens team that now they know they have to either get a 1 point themselves or they need a try. It's just a bit of mind games going on.
Yeah, it just gives them a bit of something else to think of, and it takes away that deadlock that we've been signing for the last 10 minutes or so.
To say it's a reward at the same time for actually the tough defence we've done, and to take 1 point, that's all right. As Morgan chips a kick across for Ben Will, who slips over. Still manages to find his feet and get back towards the 40 until Robinson and Morgan are there. And they need a try. Vaughan, wearing that red scrum hat, arcs over towards the right. Now Bannerman. Towards the 40. Delaney now. They're just carrying now to Helens. It's the chances they're getting, it's whether the line's not moving up or they're just running onto it with some more pace.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in. Saints got their tails up a little bit, but
this 5th tackle kick up for Lum, who's looked confident all day and is confident again. Nicely takes it. It's meters from his own try line. Sinfield, no messing around. Push back to where he started. Brennan Jones, a player I think would be less likely to be pushed backwards. Finds his front plate for Tui. Now Edgell. Gators. Nice leg drive from the centres. Another player that is so strong. Whitaker tries to barge his way through into the backfield. And just shrug off one player. Sinfield goes for the aerial route. Just an awkward kick. It's riling around. Gets a back play. Goes through the legs of Gilmore. And that'll be a turnover just over the halfway line. I didn't quite look confident there, Harrison, but do I expect a prop forward in that position? Would you have been confident picking that one up?
Would I, John? Would I? And I fancied a 4-pointer myself, having scoped that one up, but
Divine. Over halfway. Roberts. Pike.
yes,
Nice hit. Ashton Robinson again. He's producing some good defensive plays, isn't he, Ashton, today?
he is, mate. He's solid. He's one of the biggest hitters in this team, and for his size, it just makes it even that more awkward. He's so powerful, yet coming from a different angle to what you'd probably expect from a bigger fella.
Got very deceiving footwork too. Archer Long kick for Freighter. He's going to catch us in goal. So this will be a tap 20, and he's got to put his. If he gets his skates on here,
This is his speed.
he can get a gap. He's looking for Lum, but I think he maybe should have gone himself, and does. In the end, gets over the 30. Set restart and a 7-tackle set at that for Leeds. 13 minutes or so remaining. Lum with that carry. Just to get himself out. And Shane, he spots a gap. Shakes off one. Ends up finding his front. Not quite seen him stretch his legs just yet, the Leeds Rhinos substitute. Gilmore does. Pushes himself towards the 30. Tui waits at hooker. There's Kai Morgan. There's an overlap here. Kai, great ball from Gators. Freighter for the corner. Kaiden Freighter. Good turn from the winger. Plants the ball down. And that's a much needed try, Luca, and an important try at that. Looking at how long's left in the game.
Yeah, mate, we spoke about it all game. How he's probably been a little bit quiet down this edge, and unfortunately the attacking hasn't come down this way. But he's got his chance here, him and Will Gates, and it's a great setup for Will Gates, and an even better finish for Kaiden.
Really time that pass perfection at Will Gates. He's really good at doing that. Not just at scoring tries, but when it comes to creating them too.
Yeah, if he'd give it too early, he'd have had no room, kind of, didn't he? Just wait and just pulled the trigger at the right point as soon as he got that little bit of a bite from the defender.
If Sinfield gets this, it'll go a very long way to helping Leeds possibly have at least one hand on the Academy Grand Final trophy. But there's still plenty of rugby league left to be played. He swings that one nicely back from the left, but no, the flags stay down. For our angle, it looked like that was going through, but wasn't to me.
Yeah, just a touch short, I think. Just bounced just before. A great effort, but unfortunately, come up with the goods.
So the score remains a 5-point advantage for Leeds as the sun comes out again. That kick is too long. The restart from Ben Lane, way too long. You could see Higgins just watch it as it went. Knew exactly where that was going, into the stand behind him. And it gives Leeds a penalty on the halfway line. Frustration just setting in there.
Yeah, a real frustrating one, especially for Saints after conceding points. You just want to get down there, reset, and be solid, especially after points, like I said. So it's be a really frustrating one for them.
Gators created that last try. Finds his front, plays it for Tui. Now Higgins, who I say, watch that ball go over his head. As Leeds got the penalty. Tui, acting half, waits for Gilmore's to play the ball, and he goes here, the hooker. There's a gap opened up, but just can't squeeze his way through. It's the sort of area that you expect Shane to be scoring from, maybe. But now Higgins, can he find the line? Higgins. Ooh. I say that either looked to have been a grounding or he fumbled the ball. A bit disappointing, but nevertheless a good try from the number 8.
Yeah, I fancy Will Gates again there down this left side. I think if they'd have found him with a ball, maybe potential for another 2-on-1, but.
Instead, it's a Saints scrum, 10 metres from their try line. Sambu fights to play the ball. Guildford coming in off the wing, just trying to find a carry, find a run, stretch his legs a little bit. Now Bradish. There's a quick ball. Delaney, that looked higher from Brennan Jones. It's penalised. So the Leeds forward just walking away from that one, but St Helens get the penalty. So we said this would be a game of big moments. This is a big moment now. Leeds' goal line defence is still pretty strong, but Saints starting afresh. 20 metres from the try line. Roberts moving the ball wide. Lane, what a shot from Riley Long. An important hit, a legal shot.
Massive, mate, massive.
Got right up in the face of the fullback. Much needed.
Massive play, mate, massive play. It's another one of them key moments that could just sway this game in our direction.
So Leeds with the ball back, 20 metres out. Score, the Leeds Rhinos under-18s 21, St Helens under-18s 16. 5 points the difference. Leeds the most latest try scorer with Kaiden Freighter. Chev Walker's side. Back in the Academy Grand Final for the first time since 2018. It's been such a long time since they've been able to lift the Academy Championship trophy. And they've got one hand on it at the minute. They're on provisional pole. There's Tui for Littlewood. I would say he's had a quiet game, but I think he's just done the basics really well and just gone. That's why he's gone a little bit unnoticed, Ben.
Yeah, maybe, mate. I think same across the board, you know, if everyone does their own job and does it well, then it might not go unnoticed, but it'll go a long way in getting the team the result.
So Saints with the ball back after that Morgan kick. They're on the second tackle with Ben Will. Just edges his way over the 30. There's Piposhi. Another inspired carry. Now to Bannerman. Finding a bit of space behind the marker. St Helens really need a score now. They want to be in with a chance. Noah Stevens with a big drive. He's taken 4 defenders with him, but it's Higgins and Brennan Jones that get him down eventually. On the last, with Roberts, goes the aerial route. Freighter, Gators runs under it. It's Saints that come up with it. I think it's Vaughan that did beat Gators in the air. Nevertheless, it's a turnover. Let's get a bit of on the edge of your seat now, Luca. It's a little bit tense.
It is, mate, it is, but that's just what we've done. That's just what we've done all year, and we're capable of. I think that hopefully get us over the line.
Inside 5 minutes. As Sinfield takes the ball, carries in. Is it for Lum? Put that important hit on Ben Lane to force the error minutes ago. With one of the top performers for the Rhinos today. Just get thinking of your man of the match as well, Luca. Don't have to say now, obviously, we're not sure how this one's going to end. There's definitely a few candidates. Tui for Sinfield. Puts the ball on its toe. Squirms out to the left side. And Will is there to pick it up. And runs it into the tackle of Morgan and Higgins. That's Vaughan. Directly runs to the right instead. I'm trying to see something down that edge. And Sambu. So with a big carry. Saints outside backs doing some great work to get them to halfway. There's Lane. Drop off ball. Delaney. Can he offload? Yes, he can. He's just looked in no man's land though. Piposhi didn't know who to give the ball to. Any chance? There's Roberts It's the ball in a grubber. Freighter just takes a look back over his shoulder. It's a good kick in the end. Goes over the sideline. So Leeds will get the ball 10 metres from the try line. Saints again adding this pressure. I'd like to say it was safe from Kaiden to sort of let that one go, but maybe we'd like to see him pick it up and bring it back so we didn't start our set 10 metres from our own try line.
Yeah, maybe, but at this stage of the game, knock a few seconds off the clock and get a bit of air in the lungs, ready for a big finish.
So Leeds with Smith, one of the try scorers today, gets himself towards 30-metre line. St Helens' wall of red and white wait to see which Rhino wants to come up next. And it will be Alfie Edgell. Another one, 2 tries. I have a feeling might be a man of the match, but we'll get that a little bit later on. Robinson. Nice drive for the forward over halfway. Leeds just needing a safe set here, get to the fifth, maybe prod the ball over the sideline. As Tui can find something. Gets an offload for Sinfield, who feeds Higgins. Hits the turf. And the fourth is a player that's rolled over. It's a Saints man, so the clock stops. Just while we've got this little stoppage, thank you so much for tuning in to this live commentary. We hope you've enjoyed it so far. Of course, a full game will be available post-match. It'll have the commentary on again, but you'll be able to watch the video footage too. So don't worry, you've not missed out on the tries. That'll be available on our YouTube channel, Leeds Rhinos. Also, keep your eyes on the rhinos.co.uk for all the latest information on the academy, on the first team. The game against New Zealand coming up, as well as the Rugby League World Cup starting next month. Sinfield on the last. Kicks on the top for Bradish. Takes it nicely on his own 20, but Leeds 1 or 2 more defensive sets, Luca, and I think we might be home and dry.
That's the aim, mate. That's the aim. Just hang in there and do what we've done so well all game.
What do you think Chev will be thinking or saying? What would he be saying if he was down on the sideline to them now? What's important that the boys need to really do?
It's tough, mate. I think he's big on everything we do, kind of. We putting in all the preparation and all the work away from the field, so that when we do get on the field, winning just comes as a byproduct.
It's the first error we've seen today from Riley Lum. Loses the ball by the sticks. So Saints will have one last roll of the dice with just over a minute left. We said it'd come down to the wire. I didn't think it'd come this far down to the wire.
No, mate, really frustrated. We did have such a good game, right? Been so safe under absolutely everything. It's just really unfortunate just to cough one up there a little bit. Hopefully we can deal.
So this goal line defence stands now as Lane goes himself. But Robinson and Morgan are there to stop the fullback. Nolan on for Pike. But Leeds there again with Brennan Jones. Nolan for Roberts. Delaney fends away from Tui. Comes back towards the post. Goes for the line. St Helens are over. George Delaney under the posts. Breaks heart of the Rhinos. Just speechless now, Luca. So unsure, of course, how long is actually left. We've not got an official game clock. But should Roberts kick this, it'll take St Helens into a 1 point lead. Scored 20 points to 21 in favour of the Rhinos, but it's kick to come from Roberts. Through the post it goes. And we play on. St Helens lead by 1. So the Rhinos got to go short here, right? Sinfield does go short, goes up in the air. Yes. Lum takes it! Riley Lum with a great take! Riley Lum! What a move for Leeds! Leeds right back in this game now. Absolutely superb from the winger taking that short kickoff. Smith for the try line. Leeds are inches away. Big moment now for the Rhinos. Littlewood puts his head down and goes himself. Higgins puts Leeds right back in front of the posts. Not quite sure quite what happened there. Sinfield for the point. Gets it through, we're back level. Good thinking again from the halfback.
Massive, mate. Riley Lum, again, huge play off the kick-off to come with the catch and put us down there.
22 points apiece. Leeds. I thought they might have been out of it depending on how long was left. That ball, though, allowed to go back over the dead ball line. I think this might be the last play. Unconfirmed, of course. Leeds will be dropping out from under the posts. That kickoff from Saints allowed to bounce out. Sinfield goes short. Taken by Bannerman. The clock must be ticking down now. As Stevens tries his luck. 4 defenders. And still going as well. Gets a quick play of the ball for Nolan. Lane drops to shoulder. Goes himself. Gives it to Toposhi, who drops the ball himself. If they're going for the 1-pointer. No. Roberts has to go himself. Great ankle tap from Sinfield. In the end, Tui makes the crucial tackle on the halfback. Gets up, plays the ball. Nolan, Sinfield gets to the ball. We'll see the call from the referee here. It's a scrum, and it's a Saints ball. I think we're going to run out of words, Luca, before. What a turn of events this has been. Ball comes back. Drop goal attempt. It's wide. It's wide. It rolls over the dead ball line, and it'll be a tap. 20 for Leeds. What a rush from the Rhinos to make sure that Saints couldn't slot the 1-pointer. Lum taking the ball in. And that takes us past 80 minutes. We're going into extra time. They scored 22 all. Luca. Don't think we expected that at all. What a game this has been so far.
Massive, mate. It's been all over, up and down, end to end all game. I think it's just for us, from our point of view, just a few massive plays. Riley Lum really unfortunate to come up with that error, which probably gave Saints the upper hand, and give them that opportunity to score and take the lead, and then he backs it up off the kickoff, comes up with a huge way to retrieve the ball from a short kick, almost goes the length of the field, and then to another smart touch from Jackson Field, just to level it up at 22 apiece.
So we'll take a quick break as we get our breaths back. Don't go anywhere again. Such a big minutes coming up. See you in 5. So it'll be St Helens. The kick is off. This extra time is underway. So Leeds held a 5-point advantage. A late George Delaney tried look to have snatched it for the Red V. Some quick thinking, like we said, from Sinfield. Got Leeds level, 22 points apiece. Shaw back on the field for the Rhinos. Shaw gets the offload away for Edgell. Edgell's away. No, he's not. He gets chopped down by his ankles. Now, an interesting conundrum. Will Leeds go for the drop goal? Sinfield drops the shoulder. Passes for Smith. Smith drops it on the boot. Lung's chasing. Lane is 2. Sorry. Bradish is 2, excuse me.
Smith again, massive.
It is massive as Bradish hits the ball over the sideline. So Leeds, if St Helens go short, will receive this dropout in a big opportunity.
Who's man of match?
I think your man of match is going to be who scores the winning point here, Luca. Saints do go about mid-length. Sinfield to rush up to catch it. 30 metres out. It's 5 tackles in the back. Higgins from that Shaw pass. Shaw. Sinfield in front. Jack Sinfield goes for it. Takes a ricochet. It should be okay though, because Riley Lum's back there to take the ball. Lum has a bit of space in front of him to run into. Passes for Shaw. Shaw taken down by 2. So Leeds back pretty much where they started. But they don't need to rush getting the drop goal. Sinfield having a chance blown there. That's all he needs. Shaw for Higgins. The bang in front now Leeds. 10 metres out. Will they look for Sinfield? Shaw's looking around. St Helens are ready. The ball comes back. It's a little short. Sinfield charged down again. Now for Kai Morgan. He picks it up. Passes for Gators. Gators for Freighter. Freighter to score in the corner. Kynan Freighter gets the party started. It's going to be a try. Leeds win at the death.
Man of match.
Leeds win. What a play. What a moment. They looked to be the drop goal. It didn't matter. Leeds Rhinos are 2022 Grand Final champions. of the Under-18s. My thanks to Luca. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's been Dan Hawkhead.
I'm out there, man of match. How's it going?
Thank you very much. We will see you soon.